Hey y'all, it's Yochanan. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, we have a different setup, okay? We are vertical, yeah, vertical today. I really hope that's the right word. But yes, we are set up differently today. This is purposeful. I wrote a poem at the beginning of this week that I really wanted to share with you guys. I've written several poems at the beginning of this week and last month that I really wanted to share with you guys, but I just psyched myself out way too much. But I read this poem the other day and I really wanted to read it. I just love this poem. And I hope that you guys love it too. So I'm gonna play around a little bit more today with the setup than what I am right now. The idea of playing around with the setup came to me when I was actually reading the poem to myself earlier in the week, or Thursday better stated. And I was it just came into my mind and I'm like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it out. It is really new because I've never filmed a poem, by myself, playing around with the camera and with angles and stuff like that. I usually only do that for projects and collaborations because they make me play around with angles. You know what, God? Okay, I'm gonna play around with the angles. We're gonna see how this works. So yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to hear this poem. I really hope that you guys enjoy it. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video around to your friends. I hope that you guys enjoy. God bless. March 11th, 2022 at 9:55 p.m. I first heard that love likes toy cars. And I think that's where I learned that I wanted to learn more about cars. I still do. I wanted to reach him through what he loved. But he was always a rug, a chair, a school, a breath away in silence. I had to imagine what his voice was like, because he never spoke to me a word. But I just knew. I just knew he had to be loved. Why else would my heart be aching? I just knew he had to be loved because he didn't see me. He didn't love me. Love never loved me back. But then love confused me, and as I laid awake on the mat, we laughed, and I could be fire here, but the same day I realized that love could be my friend, it was too late. A hand dragged him away, spat in his face, and I never saw love again. I thought love was a blonde, but when he creeped into my room and threw my dolls off my bed and forced me to love him the way he wanted, I knew he wasn't love. I decided that love was in the moon, so I sang to the moon. I decided that I preferred it when love never even looked my way. I met love many times. He wore magenta sweaters, and sometimes he was aggressive. And sometimes he smiled with me. Other times he wanted to get close, but never enough to satisfy my ache. And even if he did, I never would have let love get too close. I couldn't let him see that I wasn't pure anymore. I met love on playgrounds. And sometimes I caught a glimpse from the car window, but I was always going too fast, too far to even extend my hand. I rarely remembered his face when I saw him then, but I knew it was him. It had to be. Why else would my heart be aching? I wanted love to see me as all the things I wanted to be, but couldn't. I wanted love to see a woman, to revel in awe at my strengths. I wanted love to need me, but I also desperately wanted to lean on love, and for love to see the blood on my hands and to hear my heart beating in my mouth. And then I decided I hated love, but secretly I searched for him. They all tried to look like him, but they couldn't feel me. They weren't him. Love had no face to me. He was distorted, but a hope flickered that one day I'd find him. And I met love. And he called me love. But I was so broken then. But love came broken too. I made him mine in my heart Christmas Eve of 2018. All into the morning we talked and we silenced, and we did nothing meaningful but shy and shy some more, and bold when it was permissible. He never crossed my boundaries, but he was too much like me. I wanted to give him all of me. I never knew I could want to give away what I didn't have in pieces. I was willing to hand over my being, hoping he could love me with his words back together again to purity. But our words were shallow. They could only penetrate so far, but they got tangled in the weeds and barricaded by the blockades. My words were not enough to get to his heart, and his words were not enough to soothe the anxieties. The last I heard of love was on a park bench, October 2020. I wanted to stay forever. But then I realized he wasn't love at all. He was looking for love just like I was. I could not be for him what I wasn't, because I'm not love, and neither was he. But I met love. I met love first in the ocean. We brushed past each other so many times. I looked him right in the face so many times, but I always got lost in the stars, lost in my scars. And then under the shower head, I spoke to him and he saw me. I never thought love could see me, but not only did he see me, he saw right through me. His eyes bore into my being, and I was no longer pieces, but smithereens. And every day he teaches me how wrong I am about everything. He revealed to me how to love like he does. He spoke to me in metaphors, and the metaphors broke me but built me. They lifted me out of my own self. They sustained my breath, and my lungs collapsed without his words, which loved me into a new idea of purity, the kind that can't be taken, only given, and always renewing, the kind that begins in the heart and blossoms into offerings. And now with those offerings, I can lend to others a taste of what he has given me, and love lives within me now. I carry him wherever I go. He has a name, and his name touches my spirit. And when I wake, I never have to fear a loss, because neither he or I will die. Love did not see a woman, nor does he revel in my strengths and awe. I am the one in constant awe of him. Love looked at me covered in the blood of my shame, and he didn't look away. He drew near and showed me his veins crying out his blood, a testament, the mark that he is who he says he is. Love, who came in human form, he saw me as the child I always was and still am, tired and terrified and alone. All I wanted was to be held all my life, satisfied by mere drops. But he carved out within me spaces for streams, and daily he pours love into me. No longer do I thirst for empty springs. I wish I could meet all the boys I knew before. I wish I could extend to them this fruit from which I live. I pray to never withhold from a single soul the love which I did not find, but rather the love that found me.